The hosts and guests on Everything's Messy podcast are not licensed healthcare professionals. The discussions in our episodes are not personalized medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider for medical guidance. Never delay seeking professional medical advice or emergency assistance because of our podcast. We encourage consulting with a healthcare professional before making any significant health changes. By listening to our podcast, you agree to the disclaimer. Thank you for listening to Everything's Messy podcast. Hey, welcome to Everything's Messy podcast, where we celebrate the beautiful but messy life experiences that most, if not all, people go through. Get ready to embark on an exciting journey through the raw and unfiltered stories of everyday people. Here, we dive into messy realities of life, from making messy mistakes to triumphs and everything in between. Are you sensing a theme? That's right, it's messy. But this just isn't about the mess. It's about finding strength and resilience in the midst of it all. We'll explore how health, fitness, and wellness play a crucial role in navigating life's twists and very messy turns. And we'll challenge conventional systems, because sometimes the most unconventional paths lead to the greatest discoveries. Join us as we embrace the messy, beautiful, and endlessly fascinating stories. Each episode is a testament to the power of our messy journeys and the beauty that emerges from the mess. So grab your favorite beverage, coffee, sparkling water, whatever it may be, and prepare to be inspired. Are you ready? Let's get messy.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Everything's Messy podcast. I am your messy host, Sarah. Joining me today, I have the wonderful and talented Valerie. Welcome.
Hi, Sarah. Thank you for having me and the Hip Hop Honeys on your podcast.
Right. So this is a special episode. We've sort of got a big collab going. We're in this beautiful space. And it's sort of all coming to a head to kind of tell your story and jump into just this movement that you've created and the things that you're doing. And I think, as my audience knows, we always like to start with our messy story and how you ended up where you are right now. So why don't you jump off and tell us your messy story?
Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, the messy story is following the American dream. I went to college, graduated with honors with 2 degrees in business and marketing, climbed the corporate ladder, was making 6 figures right away, thought that chasing money and awards and accolades and recognition trips and titles was going to bring me happiness. And although it did bring me great joy and achievement, there was something lacking at the end of the decade, and I couldn't put my pulse on it. And then one of my friends texted me from my early 20s and said, "Hey, do you miss dancing?" And I said, yeah, I do. But we have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get to our corporate world. And also, I had a young child and was providing for my family. So I didn't see that there was room in my life for anything but working and nurturing and caring for my family. So what was there to do? Okay, I could go to the gym and do dance fitness, or I could go to LA and dance with the pros. And there was nothing in the middle for people like us that were busy, that missed dance, missed music, missed the power that they received from going out at night and the excitement of getting dressed up. So I said, hey, what if I threw a monthly party that was not centered around alcohol, staying up late, just had incredible music, nonstop dance? Would you guys go? And that is how the Hip Hop Tribe was born.
So let's back up a minute. First, you obviously have a passion, a love of dance that started somewhere way back in childhood. You bring that to the forefront and you decide we're just going to have a monthly party, but it's going to be centered around dance? Or was the goal at that time just to have social interaction with other women?
Great question. It was absolutely centered around music and dance. The 1-hour party that they signed up for was completely cultivated and curated. Every single song had a specific movement. So I was teaching them how to dance without them knowing.
Yeah.
I always say I'm going to teach you how to dance, not teach you a dance. And the difference is the joy that comes from within is a feeling that you get to take home. It's what builds confidence. So instead of teaching you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm teaching you how to marry the beat. I'm teaching you how to bring out your inner style, and that exuberance, that sense of achievement, that connection is the emotion that takes it from a class to an experience.
Well, and let me jump in here too. Full disclosure. I took your dance class.
Yes,
And I was so disappointed I was able to do the spring session, but I'll be back for the next one. But just my own experience, I completely 100% can be the first person to say it was not 1, 2, 3, 1. I wasn't practicing for a recital or some sort of thing, event that was coming up that I needed to know how to choreograph. And first, let me say also, no dance experience whatsoever. I was encouraged to do it by our friend Erin. She's like, come on, it's fun. You'll have a good, time. Just show up. And I think that first part, that first second where you walk in the door and you show up, I was greeted by women I had never met. They were welcoming. They were excited that I was there. It was just this whole environment that was just kind of sucked you in. And I'm sort of standing and, you see those cartoons where the room's sort of spinning around, right? And so I'm sort of taking this all in, no idea what to expect. And then the next thing, the music starts, you dim the lights. It's a warm up. Okay. It's not a warm up. It's full time. Well, it's a full-blown exercise routine, but you don't even know that you're doing it. It's when you talk about movement and, in wellness, we're always talking about how you move your body and how that makes you feel and how it's all connected. And then you hear the music and then you're listening to the beats. And then you would trip us up with, it's not just going to be one song. That's going to be at the end after you've learned the dance. I'm going to teach you different tempo, different momentum, and every song that you're putting in there. And then at the end, you sort of get the finished product. That alone, how you were able to design that's incredible. And I think for especially people who are non-dancers, what that started to do for me, took me out of my comfort zone completely.
Yeah.
But I felt safe. I felt safe and I felt like maybe I can dance. Probably can't, literally, but maybe I can dance. And so I'm not going to lie, the first couple were hard. They were hard for me. I felt like a duck out of water. I was not coordinated at all. But then I sort of started to feel the rhythm, feel the moment. And then listening to your words and the things that you were saying, it's not a dance class. It is an experience.
Right.
So you took all of that.
Action.
Right. So you start having these monthly parties. Mm-hmm. Through you deciding, I don't want to do corporate anymore, or you had decided you were unhappy. What was that aha moment after you had your first party where you're like, this is what I'm doing?
Funny, back in 2019, that friend that put that seed in my heart, who texted me that day, do you miss dance, was also Erin. Where is she?
Aww.
She's incredibly powerful and inspiring. Erin, we're talking about you. The aha moment was COVID. It was COVID. The COVID was a blessing to me because it forced me to slow down and stay home. Staying home and slowing down, and my income was decreased by 80% in the finance, industry. I was in corporate finance. And when your income is decreased, but your hours are increased and you're at home, you realize, wow, when you slow down, you can actually reevaluate your life and you can reframe your goals. And I said to myself, hey, would you guys be interested in doing this more often? And that monthly party started becoming a bi-monthly party, and then a weekly party, and then a 2 days a week party. And now we're contracted with 8 studios. We have taught over 750 classes, and we've been in business for 8 years. And the party is the hangover that you need and want. It's the music, the community, the endorphins. It builds your soul. The self-confidence and self-esteem that comes from being in the experience is not something that I was able to receive in other outlets. And when I would get home and I would check my phone, there would be a multiple amount of text messages from people saying I was in a dark space. I'm going through a divorce. I never thought I could move like that. I've never felt this way. You pulled me out of a very dark space in my thoughts. The text messages were so moving and real and impactful, I knew that I found my spot.
Did you possibly imagine when you started having these monthly party or weekly parties? Monthly, weekly?
We are weekly now.
When you started?
Oh yeah. It was once a month.
It was once a month. So did you have this little voice or this dream of what this was going to turn into? Did you have that already mapped out, or did this just kind of happen organically and you are completely shocked and surprised that this is where it's come?
My goal as a leader was to put all of my energy and my effort and my hours into listening to music, making moves that people could feel confident and sexy and fun. So easy enough that they could get on with it and get boogie with it and just really find their inner dancer, but also making it challenging enough that it was real dance. And people left feeling very accomplished and had a large sense of achievement. So all of my energy
In a very short time.
in a short period of time, they didn't know they were learning hard moves. We figured out a way to kind of sneak it in there. And by the tempo changes, by the positive reinforcement in the room, by connecting with songs that I knew would fire people up, I would get them out of their comfort zone with the ambiance and the lights. The positivity was radiant around the room. And that really allowed people to feel safe and just dive in the deep end, not just, take their time. So,
And you brought the energy every week.
you have to.
There was
have to.
never a time where it was like, I'm feeling kind of down today, or I don't really, like, you brought the energy. And I would say that about the people that showed up to dance every week. They were ready. They were ready to give you back what you were giving them, in a sense that they were paying attention. They wanted to perform. They wanted to. So it was this mutual thing that I saw.
Yes, the text messages were words. Currency is words to me. Words are currency. Currency is words. Basically, every time I was receiving those text messages, it was giving me the power and the energy to keep going. So all of the energy was going into formatting this beautiful experience for people. But yes, when you arrive as a leader, it is your job to carry the room, to lift them up, to inspire them, to keep them going when they're getting fatigued. You have to be reading the room when you see their faces feel overwhelmed, ignite them, connect them, keep them moving. Because at the end of the class, we want them to leave feeling empowered.
Absolutely. So who feeds you?
My tribe. The words that they rely to me, whether it's face to face, in a text message. A lot of the dancers post their stories on Instagram saying how fun the class was, what it meant to them, and how it gives them something to look forward to in life. Those words and experiences are positively impacting their moods, their ability to get to the next level in their life. It's completely transforming the relationships in their life. Most importantly, I want people to know what they're worth and how they should be treated. And I believe that a dancer's divine dedication to this art and this craft can take them to the next level. The problem that society faces as women that are beautiful and strong and successful and confident is that they are told to dim their lights. And in my studio, I say wear the smallest booty shorts, wear the tiniest tops, wear baggy shorts. Whatever your style is, rock it. Don't dim your light. Dimming somebody else's light does not make yours shine brighter. So in our environment, we applaud women. We applaud women of all ages and all sizes and all levels.
Oh, I was never body shamed. I was never looked at like,
amen.
Why are you here? What are you doing? Like, I never felt that energy whatsoever. It was more, go to the front.
Yeah.
Come out here. We want to see, like, it was just that, and it not in like, I'm going to call you out kind of way to embarrass you or for humiliate you. It was to know let's share this power.
You deserve the light.
Yeah, you deserve it too. And I think for a lot of us who, suffer with body image and the things that we're doing, I think that's a very powerful thing to be in a room with
every day.
All of these women are hardcore, in shape, beautiful, like doing all the things. And then there's some of us that are like, we want to get to that status. We want to be there, but you didn't make us feel anything. Even I'm tripping over 2 left feet and they're like, you've got this, you're doing
no such thing as a bad dancer, just a bad teacher. So, but just like everything you build in life, whether it's a business or a family or yourself, bodybuilders, you have to start somewhere, right? So you don't have to wait until you're a size 4 to do this. Start now. We all have different seasons of life. Some of us are just had babies. Some of us are over 50. We have 20-year-olds that are trying to keep up with some of the 50-year-olds in our class. It's a beautiful movement that the power of music and dance, we don't see that. We just see love. We just see light. We just see effort. We applaud. We cheer on the people that are next to us. And we're hoping for some more guys. We have 6 guys on our roster right now, but guys, if you're out there, I mean, if you want to come to a room where there's 30 beautiful, confident women, hello.
I love that. I think too, as this, I'm predominantly in the wellness space, and that can be mental, that can be physical, that can be any kind of wellness that you want to achieve, right? And I think for me, my listeners know, I'm a type 1 diabetic on an insulin pump. I suffered a heart attack at 42 years old. I was a shell of myself. And finding a place where not only I had the courage to step into the room, but then feel embraced by that room.
Yeah, we did.
Was so powerful. And that made me go, wow, like I'm somewhere. I feel belong somewhere. And I wanted more. I wanted more. And you can kind of see my transition of sort of blending in with the wall, the first class, to sort of at the end in Ladera. And it was just, I wanted to be in the front, not because I thought I was
on camera. You're right.
Well, right.
On camera.
And that was like a whole transition.
Yeah.
So for you to be able to bring that to someone who doesn't have any dance experience like that. Okay, quick interruption, quick hold up. Let's pause this messy chaos for just a sec. So if you're sitting there thinking, dang, I could really use someone in my corner who gets it, I'm it. Come find me at everythingsmessywellness.com. I do this for real. Coaching, strategy, tough love, and I kind of do it with a warm kind of hug, albeit messy. So whether you've got type 1 diabetes, hormone drama, or just feel like it's a never-ending game of whack-a-mole that you're trying to escape from, I'm here for you. You don't have to figure this out alone. Just hit me up. Let's talk about it. I would love to help you get that messy momentum. That is such a powerful, meaningful expression for those of us who, again, are not dancers, who aren't in that space. And let's kind of get a little messy if we can.
Okay.
So when we talk about women, right? In my experience, I'm sure all of us have had these experiences. There have been cruel, unkind things from other women where they just want to tear you down. What is it about this particular group that doesn't exist?
Yeah, I mean, in the world, there's insecurities and sensitivities, and everybody's got a story that's led them to a broken heart here and there. Over the last 25 years, I've met these incredible women that are secure and celebratory and kind. And I was saying to myself, other than brunch, what can we do to bring all this light into one room? And we started with the dance classes, and the light just started bringing in more light and more light and more light. And to the point where I said to the group, we have cultivated a community free of drama, gossip, and negativity. So you can come to this space, dress how you want, move how you want, and when you leave the door, you don't have to worry that anyone's talking about you in a negative connotation. In fact, if we're talking about you, it's only to uplift you. It's only to praise you. It's only to celebrate you. It's only to support you. And when you know that there's like a safe place where there won't be any judgment, you can come out quicker. And the quicker that you can define and refine yourself and your style, you can get to your goals quicker. And you can attract what you want and desire from life sooner. Your quality of life will go through the roof. Your relationships will enhance and increase because you know who you are, because you're using this space to get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable by dressing the way you want to dress, moving the way you want to move, talking the way you want to, because you know that we have no tolerance for negativity, gossip, or drama. It doesn't live in the hip hop tribe.
I love that. I love that. So, and as we're talking about wellness, what is it, do you think, and I mean, you can give the medical answer if you want, but what is it, do you think, that it is about dance that makes people just sort of open up and feel free? What is it? Is it just the movement? Is it brain body connection? What do you think it is?
There is a whole podcast we're going to have to do on all the 4 hemispheres of the brain, the oxytocin that is released, the community that is being built from touching another person and hugging another person and supporting another person. The music is therapy, is a de-stressor, is an anti-ager. So you're hitting all 4 areas of the brain, mental health. So you may not know that you're doing that, but you're anti-aging. The music is therapy. The people are community. And so there's the brain factor. And then what is most important to me as a leader that all of the hip hop dancers, newbies to honeys, understand is that there is an amount of power that you will gain through every experience that you get from 7:30 to 8:30. That power should be taken with you past the door to your life in your personal space. I very much talk over the group during our cool down that what are we going to do with this intentional time that we spend together? We don't leave it at the studio. We take it with us. By taking it with us, we are allowed to dream big, because dreaming big is really what excites us to get up every day. Loving the process of achieving our goals versus focusing on the outcome. So the power of music and dance builds your self-esteem and it builds your self-confidence, which allows you to dream bigger than ever. And while you're with us through those 8 weeks of season, that power is cultivating and you're focusing on your goal every single week. And if you fail, you learn from your failures, because I always say failure is for learning and leads to success. You have a group of women who want to see you rise to the stars, because I like to tell them, hey, if she's not lifting you up, she's tearing you down. Find a positive space that truly, truly, truly wants to see you succeed. The power of positivity can do great things in your universe. Using the power of dance can change the way that you look at yourself. It's the mirror, it's the music, it's the light, it's the love. So tapping back into the tribe every single week while you're trying to get to those goals is a friendly reminder that together, we're going to celebrate you. Together, we're going to accomplish our goals. We're going to stay focused. What I feel after I leave the class is wisdom, clarity, energy, focus, self-worth, of confidence. And I'm around a lot of women that tell me and remind me, do not dim your light.
That's right. Very well said.
Yeah. Very well said.
What is it, do you think, I'm going to pivot, really quick, my favorite word.
Yes.
Pivot and shift together. So we're going to, what is it that you're hoping that when they're driving down the road away from the class and they're setting themselves up for the week, what are you hoping they take with them into their professional, personal life? Are you hoping that they have the courage to say, don't dim my light? Are you hoping that carries on with them? Is it, just letting them feel comfortable in their own self? I know for me, when I would drive away, it was kind of on high.
Yeah.
No drugs, no drink.
Absolutely the hangover you need.
And
how long did that hangover last for you?
Oh God, it would get me through the week.
Yeah.
Right. And I would be looking forward to the next time.
Instead of Monday through Friday, for us, it's Tuesday to Tuesday. That's how we see our weeks.
Well, and in the beginning, I was doing Tuesday and Thursday because I just couldn't get enough of it. So that was a really, get a double rush. Probably. I also felt like I just wanted to learn more. Like it was actually that I was able to follow you and get a dance step was, kind of blew my own mind as far, because like I said, I'm not coordinated. I don't dance. That's not who I am. But I became
Yes, you did. It's funny we're talking about dance, but we're not talking about dance. It has nothing to do with counts or choreography. So what I hope and I know what people feel when they leave, is one, first and foremost, an energy shift. That energy shift will change their mood, and their mood will change their perspective on life. The perspective on life is living in gratitude of all the things that they have, all the opportunity that is before them, and the favor that is granted to them. When you change and shift your perspective because you're happy, anything can happen. Anything can happen. That's why I say it's really important that you surround yourself with positivity, because negative people don't like to be around positive people. So that negativity can spill over into your positivity. So the first step is get positive. The second step is make sure that you stay in a positive environment. It is very essential to keep that positivity flowing through your body and into focused goals. So first and foremost, energy goes where focus flows, or focus goes where energy flows. It's all the same thing to me. Where you focus is where your energy goes. So if I can change your energy, I can change your mood. And that's step one. Everything starts in your thoughts, and then your thoughts turn into your words, and then your words turn into your actions, and your actions turn into your habits. Your habits essentially dictate your future. So if I can change your thoughts by this beautiful movement this therapy that we do called dance, then we essentially can change our future.
I love that. We talk a lot on the show about goals, habits, any habits, starting with very minimal things, just put one foot in front of the other. And we talk a lot about motivation and discipline.
Okay.
To you, which one is the right way, the order? Is it motivation first that gives you the discipline, or is it the discipline first that gives you the motivation?
I always tell my dancers to achieve a goal through the power of music and dance, you first need a focus of one goal, and all of the power that comes from dancers' lives, dancers' class, dancers listening to music. So it starts with one focused goal. It's all about your habits. It's black and white. It's either healthy or unhealthy. It's either negative or positive. It's either lifting you up or tearing you down. It's growing or it's shrinking. It's all about decisions of your micro habits. Your habits will determine your outcome.
Yeah. I'm sure you've read the book Atomic Habits. He talks about all the time, just even the smallest thing, and depending on what your goal is your goal to maybe celebrate your wins more, or is your goal to achieve losing weight, or whatever it is, right, that one little tiny shift, sort of has the domino effect.
Yeah, it's as easy as picking up the clicker. Are you going to watch Netflix, or are you going to go to bed early so you can be sharp? It's all of the micro decisions that you're making affecting your focused goal. Because when you achieve one focused goal, the universe will repay you because it can trust you. It can trust you because you're making all the wise decisions. It can trust you with money. It can trust you with friends. It can trust you with growth. And then all of a sudden, after you have achieved that focused growth, that focused goal, once you have achieved that focused goal, whether it's something small or something big, the universe will then, the floodgates will open. The floodgates.
Well, and inevitably too, it sort of leads you to trust yourself more. You're no longer having to hide your light. You're no longer having to shrink yourself. You're no longer, what is the expression? Something like, if you're the best of the 5 people you're the 5th person that you're surrounded with. If they all smoke, guess what? You're going to.
Yes.
They're all millionaires. Chances are you're going to follow their habits.
Yeah. Nobody runs off.
And so that having that community, that supportive, uplifting, no cattiness, no gossiping, that in and of itself for your mind is just on a different level, I think. And I think people are wanting to find that. So as we sort of get to the end here, and we, wrapped up the messy story, and we've talked about what brought you there, I will say really quick too, when you were talking about COVID, I think COVID, as we wake up from this fever dream, regardless of where you sit on the issue, I think what it did for a lot of us is it did wake us up in what was important.
Yeah.
And it did bring us closer together. We realized we needed connection.
Yeah.
And I think what you're providing is connection, because who wants to stay at home and be completely, isolated from the world?
The phones have done that. The iPads have done that. And we're reversing all of that depression that comes with living on a screen.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's no time for screens in dance.
It's just mirrors, lights, and people and lots of music.
So as we wrap up then, to get the word out and get people to find you, where can they find you? What can they do? What is the first step for their micro?
The first step is don't be intimidated. Every hip hop tribe was designed for people with no dance experience. It isn't dance fitness. It's not a professional studio. It's that perfect in between piece that is what I was looking for. There's a community out there for everybody, but the hip hop tribe is for the girl or the guy who always wanted to dance but never got into it, or maybe was a cheerleader in high school and misses it 30 or 40 years later. So check out our Instagram at hip-hop_tribe. You can get a flavor of what the classes are like. All of our schedule is there. Just pop in. Venmo the 35, book your spot. The hardest part about the hip hop tribe is just to get there. Once you're there, it's up to me. Yeah, it is. Of course, it's intimidating, but I guarantee you're going to say, oh, I had no idea it was going to be like this, or I had no idea I could move like that, or I had no idea how much I needed this. Those are the things that I hear every week about 3 or 4 times a class. So again, yes, you can have 2 left feet. No, you don't need dance experience. It doesn't matter what age or what level you are at. Just check us out on Instagram, book your spot, and come party with us.
I love that. I love that so much. And I completely encourage you to do that. I really do. And a big shout out to Erin for letting us have this space.
Thank you to the Mental Head.
Yes, Mental Headquarters. You guys have seen Erin before. She has been on the podcast twice, so go back and listen to her episodes. We love her so much. Now we have Valerie, this has been amazing. And anything you want to close with?
Just thank you, Sarah, for being so eloquent with your words. I hope people know that none of this was formatted. It's not prepared.
So it's supposed to be messy.
Yeah, that was you led it so beautifully, and it really is a dream come true to show up every Tuesday and Thursday to be surrounded by light and to give people an opportunity to feel empowered, impacted, and loved unconditionally. Just tap into the tribe if you want to see what it's all about. Everybody deserves to feel this way. Everybody is worthy of this light. And there is no better time than to take action to attack your goals, to reach the next level in life, and to finally feel like you can be celebrated and not dim your light, but shine that guy so like she said I can cuss, so shine that motherfucker.
Thank you so much. This is great. You are truly amazing. Such a great thing that you're doing. Messy Warriors, get out there, find her, go to the dance class. If you're not in this area, just keep texting her, keep sliding into her DMs. Maybe she'll do a big program.
I will. Every pop heals, you guys.
Yes, it does. So thank you, everybody. And as always, keep it messy. Hey, Messy Warriors. I hope you enjoyed this collab podcast with Valerie from the Hip Hop Tribe. Now we're going to head over to the Hip Hop Bunnies and hear their testimonials as to why this tribe is so successful. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. And as always, keep it messy.
Hi, my name is Erin Ertzik, and I have been dancing with Val. My gosh, Val, I'm going to date us. Over 20 years. So we'll just leave that there. Dancing with the Hip Hop Tribe for 8 since Val had started it. And I will have to say that these classes are more than just a dance class. And I think I am on repeat when I have these conversations with people or when I try to write something about the dance class. It really is more than just a dance class. It is empowerment. It is motivation. It is support. It is connection. It leads to conversation, but not surface level anything. Everything is deeper, more powerful, more meaningful, and always a reminder that you're not alone on your journey.
Yeah.
All right. My name is Bridget Brannon. I've been dancing with Val since November of 2023. I was brought in by a friend, and she's like, I'm part of this hip hop tribe. Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, sure. I love to dance. I'm a natural born dancer. I grew up in California, been dancing my whole life, not professionally, not on a team, just in the house. My dad always had music playing in the house. So we would always be dancing. My grandmother would dance. We just had music everywhere. So growing up, we grew up in the era of music videos. So I always wanted to be in a music video in the 80s and the 90s. I always wanted to be Janet Jackson's backup dancer.
Yes.
But life didn't happen that way. So when I joined Val's hip hop tribe, it filled that fulfillment. I was a dancer now. I was a backup dancer to Val and to the girls, and it's so fun. I should also say the men, because we do have some men. I will not exclude Daniel. But I love it. I'm glad to be a honey now. I just love going to class to inspire other women and to be uplifting and supportive. That's my joy. That's my gift to life. So this tribe means the world to me. I love that we can come and go, as we please, and always support it. I love you.
Our video big second. Our video stuff.
What makes me still come back to the hip hop tribe?
What makes you come back, Melissa? Why you keep coming back for more, girl?
Coming back. It's been 4 years, right, Val?
Okay, honey.
I've been coming to the hip hop tribe. I was introduced by a friend, and she said, you're going to love it. It's so supportive. The women are crazy. They're fun. They love to dance. They show a lot of skin. And all of that was true. I came in and I was dressed kind of like as almost like a ballerina, because that's kind of my background. I started ballet when I was younger. So I was very conservative. I have my hair in the bun and everything. So I kind of came in like that. And then I noticed, oh my God, look at all this color. Look at all this life. This is crazy. The music's so loud. Like, it was just, the music is so loud. So always be prepared for that. And be prepared for a lot of high fives, booty smacking. That is shocking.
A lot of hugs.
Yeah. But it took me about a year. And then I was like, okay, got a little bit looser and a little bit looser. Then the hair came down. Then some baggy clothes came out. I wasn't like wearing a leotard, right? So yeah, things have changed and evolved. And I absolutely love Val, and I love a lot of my friends at the hip hop tribe. It's changed my life. It gives me a lot of joy.
Yeah.
Joy is sometimes hard to come by, right, in life. So dancing and joy are really just, they go together for me. I have to dance. I'm a dancer. It's not, do you want to dance? It's my body has to dance. I have to move my body in order to get out of my mind and with the overthinking, right? So it's a need. It's not a want. It's a need for me. So I have this wonderful space that I can go into, and I've met these incredible women, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. That hour a week that I go is it's the best spent time that I can spend that week. So thank you so much, Val. Thank you so much for that tribe.
Woo! I want to go. Sign me up.
Hi, I'm Kendra, and I've been with the Hip Hop Tribe since October 2024. The biggest thing the tribe has done for me is it gave me a new sense of self. I found myself in my mid-30s with like a young child, have the best business. Like, I teach horseback riding. I literally get to go do what I love every day. I have an amazing husband, but I still like felt sadness and like a little bit lost. I met Val, our leader, in the bathroom, and I loved how she looked. She just had this cool vibe about her. I complimented her. She was like, come to my hip hop class. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I'll do anything once, right? So I'm like, let's do this. I show up. I have like this cute outfit on, and I was like so seen. I showed up. She was like, "What's up, Kendra in the house?" And it was like from the very beginning, I was already accepted into this group of women. And that's really something that I've struggled with in my life, is really finding powerful women that support. And I walked in this room, these women were supporting me, they were hollering at me, they were spanking me. And I just, for the first time since I could remember, felt like my younger, happy, true self. We had a cool down that evening. I don't remember what she said, but I found myself, crying on the floor, like just giving this release of joy that I knew things were about to change. And I found these beautiful friendships, beautiful women, through just showing up to class every day. And like everybody said, like the dance is amazing. Like we all love to dance, right? But it's everything else that it's done for my life. It's created, a completely different human out of myself. And I have these friendships that I would have never had before.
I'm Janine Carver, and I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn was pretty much ground zero for hip hop culture in the 80s.
Yeah.
And my childhood, I can remember trying to beatbox. I can remember trying to break dance. It's in my soul. Hip hop is in my soul. And what it reminds me of is being a kid. And whenever I dance, whenever I show up, it allows me, I have a name for, it's a nickname, Nina. It allows Nina to come out and actually have some fun. So I grew up with a pretty tough childhood. My mom was a heroin addict. And so, my childhood wasn't the easiest, but I did get a lot of joy with my friends and hanging out in the street and pretending to dance. And it was always my dream to take dance lessons. I always wanted to take dance lessons. I have a picture actually of me looking outside of a dance studio as a little girl wanting to do it, but I never could. We didn't have the means, and my lifestyle just wasn't fit for that. So the fact that little Nina right now gets to take hip hop dance classes, and also the fact that for one of the important things for me is that Valerie always says, I'm not looking for the best dancer. And that's really important for me because I'm not competitive. I've never been competitive. I've never been the best at anything. In fact, for me, it's just about being in the game. It's just about being able to dance with you guys. To be a part of it is what matters most. So the fact that it's not about being the best dancer and it's just about moving the way that feels good. Valerie, when you dance, yes, she'll show you some, choreo, but you're allowed to make it your own. You're allowed to do what feels right and feels good. And that is another really important part of this. So for me, this is the only dance tribe. You won't find a hip hop class like this. You won't find one like this anywhere. This is one of a kind.
Okay. Thanks for listening to Everything's Messy podcast. Whew, if you made it this far, give yourself a gold star or at least a nap. Honestly, if you showed up today and you were listening, you've already crushed it. I'm so grateful for you listening. If anything hit home, share it, tag me, write it on a sticky note. I don't care. Just don't keep all of this messy goodness to yourself. You can find me on Instagram at Everything's Messy Wellness or over at my website, everythingsmessywellness.com, where I've got resources, coaching, and probably a new rant about blood sugar or something that's just nonsense. It's all waiting for you. Check out my YouTube channel. I've got all of my podcast episodes up there. And I'm on X at Everything's Mess. Or if you just want to send me an email, Sarah at everythingsmessywellness.com. Look, until next time, hydrate, take no crap, and as always, keep it messy.